that we are taught, and it's so global. I mean, it doesn't matter what country you're in, what society you grew up in, whether you had two parents or not, siblings or not. Why do you think, as Velva Dawn so beautifully said, we are taught as women to warrior up?
I feel like it's for survival. I mean, we have been property for so long. Even if we have our rights now, I mean, here in the US, they're being some of them are stripped. And there are places where there's still rampant slavery. Women have always had this incredible energy and creativity and the ability to produce life. And that is a major commodity throughout time, especially when survival was so hard and we needed to be controlled. I highly doubt anyone was like, I'm going to make her, I don't know, my cow and like control her in that way. But that's what happened over time. And someone else had mentioned generational. Depending on where you are in the world, you're in a certain part of history where the generations before you have had what feels like eons of us being made property. And so when I was raised by a very like outspoken, super counterculture, just very, very much out there, feminist. And I still have a lot of that conditioning, even from her. And it gets passed down as a way of surviving. Even like, I like to think of it even as simple as when I was taught to hold my keys. I don't know if anyone else knows that trick, but you hold something through your right. Men aren't taught that, and maybe some, to my knowledge, none have. But it's because we have to protect ourselves, and so we have to, in my opinion, worrying up is a self-defense mechanism to make sure we can survive physically. And now, depending where you're at, that's just you're just used to it. I found myself even doing certain things with my daughter. I'm like, oh my goodness, where did that come from? You don't need to know that. That's not the world we live in. And spiritually, we're so used to masking that because to receive means receiving everything in many cases. And that could be someone hurting us, or at least that's what we feel like. It again depends on how you take it and many factors and where you are in life. But for me, that's where the worrying up, that's where, which is a great phrase. I love that. But it's making sure you're protected and you're protecting your magic. That's what I feel like.
I completely agree. Completely agree. And I think it's so layered that it's hard to actually pull out one thread and say that's it. But I also do believe that we are shifting it. Like we're shifting it in this conversation alone, you know? And so what I note is what needs to shift in me? What needs to shift in me for me to embody the feminine? And some of it does come back to the safety. And like in my work, I'm inviting women to step into their heroine status. And when you're in heroine, you're leading your story forward, it's your next move. But it's not that the heroine is against the hero. And this is one of the things that was a delight for me personally when I started to more embody the feminine and embody my own safety in heroine. It gave full permission for my husband to be the hero because he wants to protect. Like that's a masculine quality, wanting to protect all. Feminine quality is wanting to nurture all, you know? And in balance, we're nurtured and protected. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a man or a woman. I guess we're all picking up what I'm putting down in that these balance points. But it was also like I was able to put the warrior part of me down when I allowed and received the support and protection that he wanted to give me. That for years, my friend, I was like, I'm okay. I can sort myself out. I've got this. Women are powerful, you know. And when I actually put that sword down, it was amazing the shift in the two of us with him in his heroine and me, him and his hero and me and my heroine, and how it's just started to balance out how we naturally flow energetically. And I think that we are shifting towards that changing. And truth be told, it may take another few generations because that change